What would have happened if, back when Superman was sent away from Krypton by his parents, they had also sent along a dog? From then on, Metropolis would not only have Superman but also an extra super dog named Little White. The two would share the same superpowers, don matching red capes, and soar through the sky together every morning, teaming up to fight crime along the way. Whether it was a simple robbery, an attack by evil robots, or a train derailment, they could handle it effortlessly as a duo. The pair would become heroic symbols of Metropolis. Of course, villains would still stir up trouble. Enter a familiar foe, that familiar bald head, Superman's greatest nemesis, Lex Luthor. Using a machine, he managed to capture a meteorite made of kryptonite. But this wasn't the usual green kryptonite we know. Let's break it down. Green kryptonite drains Superman's powers, while orange kryptonite grants him abilities like invisibility or laser vision. Throwing playing cards like flying daggers? Honestly, I'd want some too. Luckily, Superman and Little White arrived just in time. Luthor immediately hurled the stone toward the city. While the duo was busy saving people, they were unfortunately captured by Luthor. The kryptonite continued to fall, but at the last second, a powerful jet of water caught Aquaman to the rescue. Soon, the rest of the Justice League made their entrance: Cyborg, Green Lantern, and the Flash. Despite their efforts, Luthor still managed to get his hands on a small piece of the kryptonite. But it turned out to be completely useless against him, and he was finally knocked out by Batman, who arrived late to the scene. Superman threw the kryptonite back into space, though no one noticed that a tiny fragment was pulled back to Earth by a mysterious beam of light. The fragment landed at a pet adoption center, and the one who pulled it in was none other than a guinea pig named Lucy. She was once one of Luthor's test subjects, utterly devoted to her master, joining him in research, and going bald together. This gave her exceptionally high intelligence. During an experiment, however, Superman destroyed the lab, and Little White, thinking he was doing a good deed, rescued Lucy and brought her to the adoption center. Though confined ever since, Lucy's ambitions never faded. Using her genius intellect and limited resources, she managed to build a low-tech version of a capture device with her bare hands. What's more, she uncovered the secret of the orange kryptonite even before Luthor did. The reason Luthor failed was that the kryptonite only worked on animals. The kryptonite's powerful energy triggered a fire at the scene, but Lucy, now empowered, was eager to take over the world, indifferent to the fate of her fellow shelter pets. What she didn't realize was that the kryptonite had affected them too. For instance, one pig gained Ant-Man-like abilities, able to grow or shrink at will. And she wasn't alone. Another dog gained an invulnerable body, an elderly turtle gained super speed and became Flash Turtle, and a squirrel brother gained an electric shock ability, turning into a Pikachu squirrel. Meanwhile, Lucy, overflowing with ambition, sought out Superman with a piece of green kryptonite she had prepared earlier. Under its influence, Superman grew so weak he couldn't even fight off a small guinea pig and lost consciousness on the spot. Little White tried to rescue him but found he too had lost his powers a minute earlier. Lucy had tricked him into eating cheese laced with kryptonite. Temporarily powerless, he could only watch as Superman was taken away. Just as all hope seemed lost, Little White encountered the superpowered pets. Together, they formed the Pet Task Force and immediately launched a mission to rescue Superman. What they didn't realize was that the superhero they needed to save was far from the only one.